here's how it's gonna happen. I've got my projectors set up to project holograms of a couple different things depending on what we need. Apollo, you're going to set them on key buildings around the city. Tiago, you're going to set up fireworks as a distraction to move our target away. Everyone's gonna think fireworks are just a part of the founding anniversary for the CCWP that's going on tonight.
I think I missed something. Who's the target again?
We're kidnapping Christine Tucker.
Christine Tucker, the famous movie star?
Okay, let's go through the steps again, right? Marksman, the movie, just came out, and they cast an actual super to play Marksman, and he got really famous just for being an actor and a superhero, but they didn't even cast a super for the villain.
I think this is going to be a lovely surprise party for the marksman.
There's a large, burly man. He kneels down and he strokes his hand across the still sizzling crater that Patero left. He rubs his fingers together and he goes, "They were here." And we cut back to you guys.
Where's our secret location? Is it still the grandma's basement?
Yes.
Okay. I want to say Apollo has put a blindfold over his face because she's like, "We want to surprise you."
And Meltdown has his wrist just to be like, "Hey, you no touching, no ruining the surprise."
Bad Bass is just like, "This is also part of the surprise," and is tying him to a chair. And Chris is like, "Oh, I get it. Just like the movie, how I was kidnapped, blindfolded, and tied to a chair. You're very clever, various brightly colored youth."
I'm dying.
Right? I thought this was very smart.
I need to take a moment and just...
I know.
Actually, I'm 27.
Riley, can you shut up?
That's
Please.
a little weird. You're 27? Aren't these other people like kids?
We know it's weird.
Adults are allowed at parties. That's true. I'm 25. I'm allowed at parties. Yeah, you're right.
You know what, Bad Bass, why don't you just, like, keep him, occupied? Like, you're watching him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we will continue to have a conversation even if you don't hear us on screen. Just consider us to be part of the background.
Great. Lovely.
They continue to have a conversation.
Yeah, what are we doing now? Completely lost track of what's going on.
Kosuke needs to broadcast.
It's time for step 8. It's time for step 8.
It's the final step. Step 8.
Step 8.
And Meltdown just goes, "Let's get on with it. Are you gonna talk? Who's gonna talk?"
I could talk.
Apollo, sweetheart. No. Just, you're very sweet, and that's very kind of you. But I think this one's for me and Kosuke. Just, you did such a good part. Just keep a watch over Bad Bass and Chris, and...
But no, this is for all of us. We'll all stand in front of the camera, and... Or should we not be in front of the camera? Should we just be recording Chris?
Meltdown goes, I mean, like... We want to make a name for ourselves, so, I mean, I'd say we could have Chris and then one of us. This idea that they're talking in a corner in a basement.
Yeah.
They're just huddled up in a corner. Like, they're such an antithesis to Phoenix, and it's wonderful. Team Phoenix was like...
It's so good.
It makes Phoenix look really good in comparison, and I'm loving it.
That's exactly how it's supposed to go.
I mean, Phoenix weren't bad,
we weren't that bad. We were pretty, like, proficient. Anyway. If this conversation takes too long, Bad Bass will interject, and that is a part I will carry through.
Meltdown, you look cooler, so you be in front of the camera, like, behind Chris, all ominous looking, and I'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we'll do.
What am I going to do?
Oh,
Stand there and look pretty. You are looking amazing. Look pretty. You can do that and just keep up morale. You can keep up morale with us by looking pretty and smiling and just giving us thumbs up.
Okay, she puts up 2 thumbs up and just stands there with 2 thumbs up.
what should I be negotiating? What should I say?
I mean, you wanted stuff for the villains, so I'd say something about that, and then stuff about how
I would like a scholarship.
Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll start it off. I'll say, like we kidnapped Jean Chris Tucker. I'll say my bit, and then you guys can say what you guys want. So that's how it'll go. I'll say, my demands, you guys say your demands, and then we'll be like, yeah, and if you don't meet them, you'll never get them back.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So now I actually have to roll to see if we can even broadcast it.
And then meanwhile, Meltdown's going to approach Bad Bass and Christine Tucker, and Meltdown's gonna go,
It's not looking good for us, guys.
oh no, and
Oh no.
Listen, the service from the basement is not great. My grandma doesn't pay for that much bandwidth.
and Meltdown goes to Bad Bass and goes, I'm gonna need you to go next to Apollo and keep quiet. Do you got that? We need this to go off well, and we somehow managed to pull this out of horrible looking thing, so we need you to be quiet and go stand. Kosuke is gonna do most of the talking.
I can stand ominously. I can be a menacing figure.
Nope. That's my job. Go.
I can flex behind him.
No.
Bad Bass, we're the pretty team.
He flexes.
We're here to look pretty.
He flexes again.
Yep, go with Apollo. And just stand there.
He flexes a 3rd time and walks over to Apollo.
I'm just imagining, like, Metaton's ratings, but with the Fishman flexing.
Blah, 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 he says, as just, like, bubbles fall out of his mouth, and he's just, like, doing various bodybuilder poses.
And he's like, and Meltdown just goes like, shh.
Okay.
Kosuke gets the camera all set up, and then it's just like, guys, it's a bust. It's not working.
No. What did you roll?
A 4.
A 4? Okay. Your signal connects.
Oh no!
It does?
We see the TV screen. Every single screen in the entirety of Great Grand City appears, showing Chris Tucker blindfolded and tied to a chair with the various flexing supervillains behind him.
No!
Apollo shouts, surprise!
And Meltdown just like shoves Bad Bass out of it and clears their throat. And is waiting for Kosuke, just looks at the screen and places a menacing hand with a firework, like, gauntlet-esque.
Oh, damn.
Oh, right. Attention, Great Grand City. We have kidnapped...
People of Earth! Your broadcast is immediately interrupted. We see all of the screens that were before showing Chris Tucker suddenly flicker and change. Revealing, floating in the sky, a man dressed in green chrome Roman centurion armor.
That motherfucker.
He has blazing white, like, fire coming out of his helmet, and his cape is flowing majestically in the wind.
It's Nuclear Centurion.
'Tis I, Nuclear Centurion! The city all starts to scream. Oh no, it's Nuclear Centurion! He's a really famous and deadly supervillain!
Meanwhile, Meltdown is living up to their name in the basement and is just throwing cuss words out like no tomorrow and is very, very mad.
People of Earth, it is I, Nuclear Centurion. I have come here today as you celebrate your pointless entertainment and pathetic champions to right what was wronged. In my time, Rome never fell, and we built a glorious empire that spanned the entire earth. By the 21st century, our advancements in science had created armies of enhanced metahumans that we sent into the stars to conquer entire galaxies in the name of the eternal empire of Rome. But here you all are, wasting your lives. I can't stand to bear it. So here I am to correct what was wronged and set Earth back on its track of glorious domination over the stars in the name of Rome. Send forth your heroes. Send whatever champions you can muster, for they will truly need to give every single ounce of their focus to me if they don't want this entire city to be blown off the face of the planet with the force of 8,000 nuclear bombs. And then he uses an energy beam to just like explode a building or whatever.
Apollo steps outside and yells up at him, "Hey, we already were doing a thing today. We scheduled a thing for today. Could you come back later?"
We don't even know where he is.
You're so far away. You can't hear. He's floating above the center of the city. You are yelling up at him. He cannot hear.
She shouts that anyway. What a party pooper.
Grabs Apollo and just carries her back inside. And Meltdown, again, living up to their name, is pacing and going.
Are you pacing while holding Apollo?
Meltdown, yeah, no, just holding Apollo. He dragged her back inside because he was like, shut up!
He's such a party pooper!
Everyone fear my atomic blasts! And he just, like, shoots a beam and just, like, cuts a skyscraper in half. It falls over. Just dozens of people screaming, and he's like, send forth your pathetic champions, and I will show them the power of the true Earth! Rome Earth!
Kosuke just looks at his friends and is like, so, should we just, like, hold on to Chris for another day?
No.
Apollo looks out the window and is just pouting, and she's like, he does look like he's throwing a better party than us.
He carves the atomic symbol into the side of a building with an energy blast.
Meltdown is, like, pacing in a circle, and he goes, this is bad, we won't get any fucking attention. We need to figure out a way to take that. I would love to see the Keepers of Prosperity go against him. I would love to see that. But that's not the point for today. That's not. He can do it a different day.
We get shots of, like, just the city screaming, people running around in panic. Nuclear Centurion is just flying over the city, just raining down these white-hot energy blasts from his hands, just vaporizing buildings and, like, vehicles. We see CCWP, like, every single superhero just mobilize into action. The ones that can fly just rocket into the sky. And immediately start duking it out, but he is somehow able to, like, fight off all of the flying members of CCWP on his own. He's, like, doing a pretty impressive job. He just, like, shears off an arm of Chromatron. He just, like, blasts Future Man right in his perfect beard. Blood Moon can't fly, so we just get a shot of Blood Moon and Phoenix just on a roof, just all vibrating with anger and rage. I don't think, I guess one of us can fly, but either way, I don't want to involve us too much.
Well, Nari. I was going to say Nari can fly, and so I just imagine, though, that she's being held down, just like...
Yeah, she's also a kid, and Blood Moon doesn't want her to get, like, majorly involved, because, like, we see Hypertide just, like, blow Centurion, like, into the air with a tornado, but then just Nuclear Centurion just starts raining down power blasts on Hypertide, who has to block it with his cool shield. It's like the most phenomenal, ridiculous, like end of a Marvel movie sky fight between the supervillain and all the superheroes is happening above you right now.
But we're watching it from like 5 miles away.
Apollo just like still staring wistfully out the window is just like, what if we just joined his party? We could go ask him if we could join it.
Everyone is looking up. No one's looking at you guys.
That's not a party, and he's stealing our thunder. That's not a party. That's him raining destruction. And again, normally you wouldn't really care, but...
That's what we call on Earth a party crasher.
I thought raining destruction was a normal human thing.
Hey, it's me, Chris Tucker.
Right, he's still
I'm kind
here.
of wondering... Yeah, he's still here tied to the chair. I'm like, I heard like a voice yelling about like planet domination and the space empire, and then there's like a lot of explosions and stuff. Is this part of it, or
No.
is like something
Oh
happening?
yeah, no, these are the previews.
Oh, it's a preview from another movie coming out. Okay. I didn't hear about it, but like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, just sit tight. We'll take off the blindfold when it gets to your part.
Fantastic. Yeah. Like, I'll be rescued and then on stage, and then like we'll do our like acceptance speech of all the awards we got. And it'll be fantastic. This is a really good idea, you guys. Thank you, various brightly colored you.
We're almost better at movie directing than being villains. And yes, that was in character.
You know what? I could give you my card. Call me if you ever want to direct a movie with me sometime. I am open to the experience.
Yeah, no problem. I've already got it.
Oh, fantastic. Does not put 2 and 2 together.
And Meltdown is just like, we need to stop that somehow, and not because I want to be Kyushu. No, it's because he's stealing thunder, and I'm not gonna let my...
We see a robed figure wearing a mask that is entirely mirrored over their head, just like fly into the air. They like say an arcane enchantment, and a giant portal opens up in the sky, and like this arcane like purple spirit snake made out of gemstones flies out and eats Nuclear Centurion, but then it explodes.
That's
like,
Dr.
now-
Iconoclast, isn't it?
Yeah. Amethyst is raining down on the sky. So now half of the people are staring up at the cool sky fight, and the other half are running around grabbing like literal money falling to the ground.
Apollo has an idea.
Sure, shoot, man.
So Apollo is thinking, still staring out the window, because she's like, damn, this is wild. But
And Amethyst hits the window and cracks it.
she's just like, well, why don't we just throw a bigger party? If we throw in Tiago, you have your fireworks. They're beautiful, they're dangerous, they're explosive, everyone will be looking our way. And Kosuke, you have your what are they called? Holograms. You'll just make these big dinosaurs appear out of nowhere. And I have my own well, I call him a dinosaur, but he's not. I have Patero. I could scare him away with that. If we do all these things, he'll just think it's not good enough. And he'll leave because he's scared of how great we are.
Yeah, you know what? I think that could work. Alright, guys, huddle in.
Apollo, I can kiss you right now, thank God! And he kind of just huddles over. He goes, alrighty. How much fireworks do you need? Because I have, my whole bag filled of that stuff. I can make it.
So this is what I'm thinking. A giant mech dinosaur that spits fire from its mouth.
Are you doing, like, a firework version, or...?
Yeah.
Do you mean like a Megazord? Are you describing a Megazord like the Dragon Megazord from the Green Ranger?
No, I imagine Meltdown
Doesn't exist in this world,
has
but-
been crouching down, and they go up and go, Bad, shut up! And go back down and go. But, you can tell that when they said, the firework, dinosaur, they're, you can tell their whole expression went from, very pinched and upset to just, wonder, and they go, oh.
Out of curiosity, how long would it take to build something like that?
Oh, we're not building it.
I'm confused.
We're just making it look like something's there.
I'm still confused.
I'm thinking giant monster smashing people's houses, and, like, I don't know, Bad Bass, you could start throwing bubbles everywhere, make it look like the water mains are breaking.
I can breathe bubbles. That's the thing I do.
And I feel like Meltdown just whispers, I'm going to wring his neck, so help me.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
Tiago and Bad Bass, you two can team up. If Bad Bass blows bubbles, Tiago can put fireworks into the bubbles and they'll go up into the air and explode.
Nope.
Fireworks already go up into the air.
They already go up. Don't do this to me, Apollo, please.
Yes, but they're delayed.
No?
But you know what? If we wanted to direct those fireworks in any sort of direction, Tiago, you can go with Apollo on Patera and fly up into the sky and make it look like the fireworks are coming from the dino's mouth.
You know what? That is a wonderful idea. Yes.
Is that safe? We cut
Totally
outside.
not.
We see Crossfire, a woman who pulls out what appears to be a really high-tech crossbow. She, like, flips a switch and pulls on it, and it elongates and, like, opens up and unfolds, and it becomes, like, a laser cannon crossbow. And she loads up a arrow
ballista.
and just, like... yeah, like a small ballista, and just, like, fires this, like, rocket arrow into the sky, which hits Nuclear Centurion in the chest. There's this massive explosion, and then the explosion, like, implodes on itself, and holding the explosion is Nuclear Centurion, and he's like, "You fools! I can absorb energy!" And just, like, throws it at the ground, and there's another massive explosion. And Crossfire just looks very frustrated. Cut back to Bad Bass. It seems like that would be unsafe.
And Meltdown goes, Bad Bass, I really don't give a fuck of what you think of is safe or unsafe right now. Don't harsh on our, like, style, okay?
No, I'm part of the team. I'm willing to support you guys no matter what. It just seems like you could get hurt because of all the super heroics happening outside.
We'll be fine.
Okay, I believe you.
I know what a lot of them are capable of, and I know which ones to steer clear of if we do, like, get in their line of sight. Seriously, we're good.
Are we going to be taking Chris Jean Tucker with us?
No.
I don't think we can leave him here. I don't think your grandmother would approve, Kosuke.
How is your grandmother still asleep through all this?
She is an old lady. Have you not had old ladies?
No. You know what we see?
She
We
was
get
watching a show, and when the other broadcast came on, she just got really mad at the TV that it wasn't showing her opera anymore.
We get a shot of an old Asian woman flying up into the air slowly towards Nuclear Centurion.
No, she wouldn't. She
No.
left Japan specifically because she knows she was retired from...
So she's like fully retired. Would not get into it. Okay.
If anything, she's just going onto the roof to adjust the antenna.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like, that's the most flying she'd probably do and risk.
Oh, I love her.
I love Kosuke's grandma so much.
Alright. So,
Yeah.
do we need to roll to unleash our powers?
I would love you to roll to unleash your powers.
Do we all
Oh,
need
yeah.
to roll? Suppose?
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
roll
we're
to
all
do your
doing
various,
stuff.
your various stuff. Yes, please.
Please give me a good roll. Please give me a good roll.
I know, yeah.
Unleash powers is free.
This is the mega... Well, it's a roll. It's a roll.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad roll. It's not a great roll. Doesn't sound great.
So, update, Tiago is about halfway to leveling up.
Nice.
Incredible. So tell me, first off, Dark Nega King.
Yes.
What exactly are you trying to do, and what did you roll?
Okay, I rolled a 7. I'm trying to make a giant hologram of a dinosaur appear above the houses, because I assume we're in, like, residential area.
Mm-hmm.
Something big enough that it looks like an equal threat or bigger threat to Centurion.
This giant Mecha Godzilla appears.
Yes, but I don't really... Well, I don't want to do Godzilla. I want it to be...
Yeah, I'm just using that as shorthand.
All right, guys.
You can describe it however you want.
Long neck or stego?
Stego.
Ooh, stego.
Stego. It's a stego.
Giant, cool, battle Stegosaurus appears. Unfortunately, you didn't tune it quite right. So, like... There's this moment where it turns on where, like, the feet appear first, and then the head, like, it like, slowly, like, the image loads bottom up, and it, like, flickers for a moment. And it's relatively clear that it's, for anyone that noticed it, it's pretty clear it was a hologram.
But no one's looking over here.
Yeah, no one quite notices. But yeah, that's how it is unstable.
It's kind of
I will say, not across the city, but we see the same massive figure in the blue and red leotard. He watches the image load and then flicker and then appear, and his big meaty hand tightens around the sledgehammer, and he goes,
"What is this foreshadowing?"
"There you are." And he gets on a giant, like, Harley, but it's been, like, modded, so it looks like it's out of a Mad Max movie. Like, it just has spikes and chains and, like, additional diesel engines and just, like, nonsense things.
Oh, man.
There's a little spot for the sledgehammer. And he, like, it's like a nice little, like, holder, and he puts it in, and he, like, strokes it a little bit before he closes the case. He kicks on the engine, and he tears across town, heading towards your illusion. All right, who's next?
Tian failed, so...
I guess Apollo first, then, because you're on Patero with Apollo.
Yeah.
Sure. Apollo, what are you trying to do, and what did you roll?
Apollo and Patero are trying to fly above the hologram and... What's his face?
Nuclear Centurion?
Nuclear Centurion. And they are going to be doing what they can to be big and scary and shoot fire and stuff.
Okay, so you fly directly into the superhero fight?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What did you roll?
Apollo rolled an 11.
Oh, damn.
Incredible. Tell me what this looks like as you approach Nuclear Centurion on a flaming sun pterodactyl. Like,
Shoot,
what do you
I want
say?
her to yell something at him, but I don't know what.
She would just, I imagine she might say fuck, like...
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, she would probably just say fuck.
We get a shot of the superhero couple. It's Colossi and Minuscule. It is a husband and wife duo. The husband can become a giant, and the wife can shrink. He has grown to enormous size. Minuscule, his wife, is riding on his shoulder. They're like in a fight with Nuclear Centurion, but Nuclear Centurion just like punches him in the face, breaks his nose, and this giant man falls on the city, breaking a bunch of buildings. Okay. And there's like this brief moment of like pause as the superheroes that aren't knocked unconscious and can fly are like pausing and like considering what their next move should be, and then you fly up.
Yep. And Apollo and Patero fly down, and she's not going to swear at him. She just learned that word today. She wouldn't think about that. But she is going to yell at him, "You ruined our great grand day!" And she and Patero are flying down to attack him, both with claws and fire.
Oh my god!
That's so good. That's so cute. Do you two want to roll directly engage a threat on Nuclear Centurion?
Yeah.
I mean, I failed for the unleash your powers.
We can move that onto the directly engage a threat since how the scene has changed.
Yeah.
Thank God she rolled a 10.
She's so good, and Meltdown is so bad because this is not what Meltdown's meant to do.
Okay. Describe Apollo how you get into the fight and what you do to Nuclear Centurion.
Let's see.
You got a 10.
On a hit, you trade blows. 10 plus pick 2. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Okay, that's one of them. I want to frighten the opposition.
Okay. I would suggest resist or avoid their blows, because Nuclear Centurion is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but also I want to create an opportunity. I'm going to take resist or avoid, so I don't get hit.
Okay. So yeah, narrate what this looks like for me.
So I think she flies down and she actually dives off of Patero so that Tiago is hanging on to Patero's neck on the little saddle. And Patero and Apollo are flying in crisscross directions back and forth, shooting flames and balls of light at him as they fly in and out, dodging his attacks. Just making sure that they're not getting hit, but they're also going in for big punches.
I will say a lot of your energy blasts don't seem to be doing a whole lot as Nuclear Centurion is able to absorb energy. But the flame does burn him a bit, and you've tattered his cape, and he's definitely noticed you and is just like, "What is this trickery? More superheroes I see, fresh for the culling." And he turns, and he is, trying to act tough, but he honestly has no idea what you are, and that makes him a little concerned.
I'm not a hero. I'm a villain. She's got a big grin.
And with that, I imagine Meltdown just screams, "Fuck you for taking the spotlight!" and try to do it. And since I already rolled a fail, and we're moving that,
So you yell that and you throw some fireworks at him, which don't appear to do a whole lot. He notices the symbol on your chest. And he goes, "A keeper of the peace?" And he just blasts you full on right off the Patero.
Keeper of prosperity!
No!
And you start to plummet just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet down towards the ground.
I would like to go save him.
Meltdown screams, "I'm not a keeper of prosperity, damn it!"
I would like you to take Meltdown.
You got so many conditions.
You just got your ass handed to you, and you fell off a thing.
Wouldn't that be take a powerful blow?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be take a powerful blow.
Oh yes, you just got full on blasted. Take a powerful blow.
So
please.
then I'm gonna use the never give up, never surrender. Because they have that.
Back on the ground, Lyle's little wolf ear hoodie twitches, and he's like, huh. He feels a disturbance in the sidekick force.
That's so mean. And they actually, this is what they're built for.
Yeah, no, I love this move so much. It's fantastic.
It's like Legacy's not supposed to be a villain. Yo, that's an 8. Finally, not bad.
Ooh, you still need to mark a condition.
Oh yeah.
Probably angry.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, anger.
Yeah.
They're mad. They just got called a keeper of peace, and it's not even a keeper of peace, it's keeper of prosperity, and they don't even want to be associated with that.
A hole is burned through your suit, Meltdown, but You don't take a lot of damage from it. Your suit protected you pretty well. It's a dense suit. And as you are falling, you're just filled with this rage at having been mistaken for a sidekick again. It doesn't even register that you're plummeting to your death. And then suddenly, you are caught gently. You turn, and you are being held by an older gentleman. He's very fit and muscular. He is wearing a white and gray full body suit with like, his symbol is all these like circles and connected by lines. It looks like a constellation maybe. He has a fantastic salt and pepper beard, and his hair is swept back except for one strand that has fallen in front of his face as a cowlick.
It's Future Man.
It's Future Man. He beams at you really brightly. Tiago, I hope you're all right. You took a little bit of a spill there, champ.
Tiago is fuming, and like the smoking of their suit, literally, it matches their expression. You can't see their eyes because of the visor, but you know.
So, Dark Nega King in your
Yes.
weird evil villain Super Sentai armor.
Yes.
What are you doing? Are you
Well-
picking up amethyst? Like,
I mean, honestly, Kosuke's probably just, like, on the roof right now, keeping tabs on the holograms and pulling out his laptop to...
so you're like puppeteering the Stegosaurus monster so that like Nuclear Centurion is now like, he's in a firefight with the Stegosaurus monster. He has not picked up because he was not looking. So he's like blasting it with lasers and he's like, my beams have no effect, and like flying around. He's effortlessly dodging.
Oh, has he
which is
noticed the
probably
Stego
good.
now?
Yeah, he knows the Stego now.
Okay, because he didn't notice when he was fighting Apollo. That's why.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have anyone threatening him now except for a different dinosaur, so now he's just like, there's a lot of dinosaurs happening!
Alright.
He is in a fight with the giant Stegosaurus. He is kind of being, like, peppered by fire by Apollo and a different dinosaur, but, like, for the most part, after he blasted,
More interested in the,
Meltdown off.
like, 6-story high Stegosaurus.
Yeah, he noticed it, and he's like, oh, a different dinosaur for me to fight. They must be on a team, and is now in a fight with this illusion, and he hasn't quite put it together yet.
Cool. Yeah. Definitely keeping watch from the roof. Dark Nega King does not like to hide in the basement on his own.
With Chris Tucker.
Well, he couldn't care much about Chris Tucker. He's not the kind of person that's gonna hide behind a screen. That's why he has, like, the armor as well as the hacking.
Hey, you. You look down and you see a truly massive man that looks like he's made entirely out of muscle, in a blue and red, like, full body, full face leotard, covered in chains and holding a heavy looking sledgehammer. Are you the supervillain that kidnapped world famous actor Chris Tucker?
I'm the supervillain that's making a giant robo to fight that guy. What, are you with him?
No. Name's Sledgehammer, and I bring down justice. Like a sledgehammer.
Oh, I see, so it's like your gimmick.
I don't believe in gimmicks. I only believe in retribution. And he shoves his hands into the wall and he starts climbing up the wall by, like, punching it.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, he's just, like, punching and kicking his way up the wall.
Hey, look, man, this is my grandma's house. Don't...
I should mention he's holding the sledgehammer handle in his teeth.
I assumed.
Yeah. He gets to the top and he does a backflip onto the roof, and, like, the roof cracks under his weight when he lands. He cracks his neck. He then cracks his knuckles. He then spits out his sledgehammer into his hands.
I need the grandma to come out and be the real MVP and kick his ass.
I mean,
Nah.
that's her grandson.
Dark Niger King's like, man, you don't want to mess with me right now. Kind of busy.
He smashes your computer with his sledgehammer.
Rude. I'd like to, I don't know. I don't know what I do, actually.
It's not rude if you're a criminal. He is winding back to swing the sledgehammer at you. Dark Niger King, what do you do?
Let's see. What are some tricks I can do with my gadgetry?
I should also say, when the computer is smashed, the Stegosaurus disappears.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
no.
I figured it was gone. I didn't actually think of, like, what Dark Niger King could do with gadgetry, because it's so vague.
It is very
I
I
nice.
will say, you are a Power Ranger. Power Rangers have all sorts of cool plastic weapons that shoot lasers and stuff. You could pull, like, a sword off your belt that unfolds.
Sure.
You can do, like, a hand sign that summons something.
Yeah, I've never watched Power Rangers, so, like...
Then why are you...
What?
Dark Niger King's gonna pull out a katana.
Hell
yeah.
yes!
But it's a mechanical katana.
Yeah, it's like it's just sci-fi enough that it falls under your gadgets superpower.
Yeah.
It like unfolds like.
I'd say it's more like a taser than an actual katana.
Oh, it's a lightsaber.
No, it's not like hard light burn through stuff. It's electrified.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd
I'd also like to use my illusions and flash blind him.
Okay, yeah.
Is that something you can do?
Directly engage a threat?
Yeah, directly engage a threat, please.
Yeah. I'm like, sword! Now flash bomb. Because...
Yeah, you pull out the sword, you press a button on it, it crackles with electricity, and Sledgehammer is like, I see. And then you just, like, pull out a little gadget off your belt, and you press a button, and it just, like, flashes, blinding him.
He didn't see that coming.
I didn't! Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Gah!
I rolled a 12.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So I'd like to resist and avoid their blows, and impress,
Mhm.
surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Sure thing. He is, color him impressed. He stumbles back, clutching his eyes, and he goes, I see. You're not just some two-bit pushover in a weird suit. This should get interesting. And he starts spinning his sledgehammer.
Jesus Christ, this man is
meanwhile-
attacking a child and is getting his ass beat by a child!
14-year-old.
14.
Oh, I am so glad. Well, I don't know whether this would be cooler if Dark Niger King was in his
Just his Harajuku outfit.
Harajuku outfit.
I want him to be in. I think them to be in their armor. I think.
Yeah, he's in his armor, but I just thought of how much more ridiculous it would look if
It would
this
be really funny.
Sledgehammer was getting his ass kicked by a Harajuku kid.
Exactly!
I mean, either way, it is happening. Apollo, the
Hi.
cool the Stegosaurus monster that Nuclear Centurion was fighting just vanished. And so Nuclear Centurion like rotates and turns to you. And you go, one dinosaur down, one to go.
Well, I'm afraid this dinosaur is going to be a lot harder to take down because it's not a dinosaur. And they both fly down at him.
Okay. Directly engages a threat, you beautiful, beautiful idiot.
Oh, I'm so glad that when I'm using Patero, I get to add my superior instead of freak. Because that makes it a 10.
Nice.
Nice.
Fantastic. I'm trying to think of a superhero that would be helping you in this fight right now. Tell me what you do. Yeah, you got a 10 on directly engage a threat, so you get to choose 2.
Does he have, like, a weapon on him, or is he just shooting the stuff from his body?
He is covered in a bright green chrome Centurion armor, and he's just firing energy blasts out of his hands and eyes.
Okay, so it's just his power.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When you take something from them can be teeth. Lyle taught us. If you want to do something along those lines.
Take the cloak.
Yeah, take his cool cape.
See, I could make this adorable little girl just go apeshit on him and just melt his skin.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he did hit your Tiago. Just
It's true.
that is one thing. He did hit Tiago, and Tiago went tumbling down. And I don't know if she saw that. Tiago got caught.
You know what? What?
Apollo
Okay.
saw Tiago get
I know
caught.
what she's gonna do. Patero is going to just barrel into him and, like, wrap its claws and wings all the way around it, and it's going to superheat. And I'm going to take something from him, and I'm going to take his mobility. Because Patero is going to melt his armor to his skin and just create one big sheet of metal.
Fantastic. Okay, and what is the second one?
Frighten again.
He screams as his armor is being melted, and as this pterodactyl is just clawing into him with its flaming talons, and like Apollo is just like screeching, and he's just getting absolutely torn up. Meanwhile, halfway down, in the arms of Future Man, being cradled gently, in the arms of an angel with an incredible beard, is Meltdown being cradled by Future Man.
Meltdown is absolutely staring in, like, kind of awe at Apollo. And I think it goes through the first time, like, Apollo's kind of, like, unintentionally been flirty, like, not on purpose.
Yeah.
But I think for the first time, Meltdown is just watching Apollo and goes, oh my god, that's hot. Just like...
Is that your friend, Tiago? They're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, she is. She's pretty cool, actually.
Where would you like to go? I understand if you want to aid your friend, but if you want to be put back down on the ground, I can make time for you.
Can Tiago, I'm trying to think of where Meltdown would go, because Meltdown would want to stop fighting, but Meltdown also isn't good at fighting.
You should talk to Future Man about that. Express those fears and anxieties to a role model and mentor.
Well, the thing is...
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot to mention, Meltdown, you're, angry, because Future Man gave you a little, he helped you out. Because that's a thing Future Man can do. It's a power I named What's Up Sport.
It's amazing. I love it.
It was either that or Pep Talk.
I like What's Up Sport.
What's Up Sport is very good.
I would say with that, it's that Melton goes, I'm not good at this.
Tiago? Is it alright if I call you Tiago? Or would you appreciate me using your nom de plume?
Meltdown.
Meltdown? Meltdown, that's a fantastic name, Meltdown. Meltdown, you can do anything that you put your mind to.
What a good boy.
Oh my
Kid, you've got gumption. You've got spirit. And you've got the know-how and the wherewithal to make the world a better place. We might not always see eye to eye about what that might be, but I know that you're a good kid, and you care. And I'm willing to support you and your decisions.
He says to the kid who is actively trying to be a villain.
Yeah, no, yeah, he does.
That was literally the lesson learned from Delinquent Heroes.
I know. It's just that. And Melton just goes, I think. Can Melton look to see what's going on with,
Yeah, you can look down. You see a scene out of a Power Rangers episode. On a roof.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna say Tiago goes, drop me down with, the teammate fighting the giant dude with the sledgehammer. Oh my god!
Future Man looks at you, and for the first time he seems kind of sad and concerned. And he goes, if you need anything, Meltdown, anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always available, because I can hear everything on the planet.
That's kind of creepy.
Do you need money? Do you need gas money?
No.
Are you eating enough? I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. You need to go help your little friend. And he snaps his fingers and he forms a portal in midair and another portal down on the roof, and he just kind of like gently sets you down through it. And then he gives you a salute and the portal closes, and then he like Superman flies up to fight Nuclear Centurion some more.
Yeah, and this is whack. I have nothing good, but I mean, if I can do directly engage a threat.
Yeah, directly engage a threat.
One of the things is that Tiago has enhanced like athletic perfection as it's called, and knows their fight's gonna be gonna kind of hit a little too hard. I'm gonna do when I directly engage a threat is fight the good fight, which is when you pull your punches. Like Tiago just wants to knock the guy down and just be like, stay down. That's a kid you're fighting.
Okay, sure.
It's not that Tiago wants to like kill them or anything.
I was about to say, I'm really sorry that Future Man came off so cheesy, and then I remembered Superman is supposed to be like the cheesiest, like Captain America, Superman, like full-on good boy, Boy Scout Paragon character, and I was like, oh wait, no, that's just what he's like. Never mind.
Man, him and Apollo would be friends.
He's on his way to go help Apollo right now.
Tiago actually really needed that, not gonna lie. Yo, that is a 9. Thank God.
Okay.
When I directly engage a threat, because...
Yeah, you start doing some cool karate, but not like too much karate. Just the right amount of karate.
I'm not allowed to do create, impress, surprise, or find the opposition because of that, but I will say that it would definitely create an opportunity for Dark Nega Knight.
Perfect.
Dark Nega King, excuse you.
Sorry, Dark Nega King. Yeah. As Tiago just jumps out of this portal and just throws a punch right at Sledgehammer's face. Like, he's just like going ham with that enhanced strength that they get with the athletic perfection.
More villains come to crush. And then you just smack him.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity.
Yeah.
He's distracted. Your friend is here doing just the right amount of karate.
I'd like to hit him with my taser.
Hell yeah.
Taser katana.
Directly engage that threat.
Yee. Now, opportunity, that just means I just get to go. Like, I don't get any bonus to this roll or anything?
I'll give you a bonus.
Okay, nice. I need one.
Yeah, I'll give you a solid +1 since it was a 7 to 9.
Okay, well, I got a 9.
Nice.
Fantastic. Choose one.
Take something? The sledgehammer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you rolled 7 to 9 earlier, Meltdown, I'm sorry, you didn't get to resist or avoid their blows, so you do get hit with the hammer.
Oh, yeah, no.
He does just full-on bring the sledgehammer down on you, so I would like you to take a powerful blow.
Yay, which is never give up, never surrender.
Well, actually, this guy's also what was the class?
He is a low tier superhero slash
Yeah,
vigilante.
he's also
so
O class, isn't he?
Not O class. I think he's like one tier above you. But in terms of damage he can do, I
that
think
means
you
he's C
both
class
have,
in heroes.
Yeah, he's a C class for heroes.
Which is
I
mid-tier.
don't think you get to activate your power, your never give up, never surrender for this.
No, it says when you take a powerful blow for someone with far greater power than you. If he's a tier above, he's stronger.
Yeah, no, I'm in terms of superpowers though. You're on the same level, and you have him outnumbered at this point. So I think it's just going to be a take a powerful
I think
blow.
he would be O tier. If he's a vigilante, he's O tier.
Yeah,
That's fair.
he's
B
not,
and C are both like recognized heroes.
Yeah, he is a third string vigilante for these third string supervillains. He is not Nuclear Centurion.
Yes.
I've been rolling bad all night, so hopefully I roll low. That's a 6! Hell yeah!
Heck yeah!
Nice.
You stand strong. Mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow. How do you weather being hit in the chest with a sledgehammer?
I would say even though there is a hole burned on it, it's still pretty steady armor. Because literally it is the same armor, same suit that the Keepers of Prosperity wear. It's just been altered.
So it's like pretty significant body armor.
Oh yeah, it's pretty significant. And so when it gets hit in the chest, but it's on the side where there's still armor. So I imagine Tiago just kind of widens their stance and literally just slides over and just has this smirk and goes, it's kind of pathetic that a full-grown man is fighting children and losing.
There are no children when it comes to justice. I just
oh boy.
This is the man that would go back and kill Hitler as a baby.
Yeah, he absolutely would. This is Punisher, but instead of having guns, he has a hammer.
And then Tiago would go, you know there is such a thing as being children's court versus adult court. What are you, a psycho?
How long is this conversation taking while Dark Nega King does his...
This is the opportunity. I am judge, jury, and executioner. And then he gets
And
tased.
then you just get stabbed.
I know.
And then he gets stabbed with a taser sword. What did you choose for your directly engage a threat?
Yeah, I was gonna take something from them. I wanted to take the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Probably drops it when you tase him.
Yeah, you cut and tase him across his back. He does not have super durability, so you just actually cut him with a sword and tase him. And he drops his sledgehammer. You are able to grab it and tug it just a little bit out, but he gets back up, even though blood is coming down his back. And
It's probably not a deep cut, because it's more
not a deep cut.
small
Yeah.
blade, and then the rest of the katana is the bulk of the tech.
Yeah, but still enough to make him bleed. And he turns to you, and his eyes are wide with fury, and he goes, "If you think my powers are limited to my hammer, then you're dead wrong." And he puts up his fist in a boxing pose.
His hammer is his dick.
And I'm also gonna do...
We are going to cut back to Apollo. Apollo, you are having this cool aerial fight.
Jamie, I know where that reference is from, and I hate it.
Yeah. I would like to say Sledgehammer is based on Captain Hammer.
Oh my god.
But if Captain Hammer was more Punisher than Superman, that is the bit. Anyway. Meanwhile, in the sky fight, you are in this air fight with Nuclear Centurion. His mobility has been greatly reduced, so it's a lot easier for you to keep up with him and a lot more feasible for you to dodge his blasts. When suddenly this silver streak comes through the air and just blasts into Nuclear Centurion, sending him flying up into the sky. A future man just had barreled into him, launching him several feet like a cannonball. And he turns and he goes, "Hi, I'm Future Man. What's your name?"
My name is Apollo.
"You've been doing a wonderful job, Apollo. I'm proud of you."
Thank you. It's been really hard. My friends are down there fighting that other guy, and so I'm just handling him, and it's crazy. Like, he's shooting me with all this stuff. I don't even know what it is.
Why is she Valley Girl now?
I don't know.
She's kind of always had that little, like, happy little sound to her voice.
He, like, starts to stroke his beard, and he's like, Nuclear Centurion is a lot like me. He comes from a distant, possible future of Earth. We're both just lost, wayward men trying to make the world look a little bit more like how we remember it.
Can you just put him back?
I don't want him to hurt you. I'm not going to bring him back here. But if you want to keep fighting him, sure.
No, put him back in his own time.
I don't have time traveling capabilities anymore. It was kind of a one-time shot. They shot me into the past using a cannon. It's a long story. It doesn't need to be gotten into here. My origin story is very long and complicated. The point is, you did your civic duty. And I'll make sure that you are handsomely recognized for the incredible effort you've put in today. You have made the world a better place. And he smiles at you and gives you a wink, and then he flies away.
Apollo flies down to her friends and she lands and she claps her hands and she's hopping up and down. She's like, guys, I did it!
In the background, we just see, like, Future Man spin kick Nuclear Centurion down towards Blood Moon, who spin kicks Blood Moon up into the air, who gets spin kicked by Hyper tied into the ground.
So the people actually finishing the fight.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Apollo is done with the fight now because she's like, we're going to get recognized! We're going to get recognized by the big people! That's what we were fighting for, right?
By the big people! Oh!
Apollo is literally the cutest thing, but we're still fighting this stupid...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're still fighting Sledgehammer. He's like...
Minus the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I was born with the ability to increase kinetic energy, making every single punch absolutely devastating. With my sledgehammer, I can shatter entire buildings and crush skulls. And he's just like...
Would you like to try and punch the sun?
I could punch the sun if I wanted to.
Okay. Patero picks him up and flies him into the sun.
Directly engage a threat.
I wanted to provoke!
Yeah, actually, real quick, Meltdown provoke him, because this might make it easier for Patero to get rid of Sledgehammer.
Okay.
I should make it clear, he would kill you guys if he got the chance.
Oh yeah, we got the point.
Hey, that's a 7!
Okay.
Woo! So with that plus
right.
1 is, I would say you gain a critical, you gain a critical opportunity, which is Patero being able to launch him towards the sun.
Okay, so yeah, you start yelling at him and insulting him, and he turns, and like you see his fists almost vibrating with kinetic energy. He comes rushing at you.
Please let me start fast.
Oh, yes, please. Roast this man.
Yeah. You think you're all big and tough? You're literally getting your ass kicked by kids who aren't even 18. We can't even legally vote, and you are getting your ass handed to you. I mean, come on. You talk about kinetic energy, and when you punched me, I just slid. Like, come on. I've seen O-type villains fight, like, O-tier heroes. Harder hits than you. Like, what? What is your power? Trying to look intimidating? Pfft, bullshit. I can do that without even having it. God, you are an embarrassment to even vigilantes. Who would even take you seriously with your stupid sledgehammer? You call yourself Sledgehammer because you take a sledgehammer? Oh, gee, how original.
I don't see kids, I just see inmates on death row! And then he gets picked up by the pterodactyl. Directly engage a threat, please. You get a +1.
Oh, cool. Good. Because I had rolled a 6, so that's a 7 now. take something from him, his life.
Oh, Lord! So Patero just, like, grabs him and just skyrockets into the air like a flaming comet. That is Sledgehammer defeat. Well done, you guys.
We beat him by Tiago smack talked him enough so that
Meltdown's secret power. Smack talking.
I was gonna say Meltdown's secret power ties to their name because they can roast you.
Yes.
I will say, we cut to Hypertide and Dr. Iconoclast, who, Dr. Iconoclast, summons, like, this blast of ice, which smashes into, Nuclear Centurion, which sends him flying. Hypertide jumps up into the air and smacks, Nuclear Centurion down into the ground with his shield, cracking the armor, which shatters, revealing, just like a man in a bodysuit, under armor, who appears to be unconscious. Hypertide helps him up, and the superheroes begin to circle him. Nuclear Centurion has been defeated and is being carried away to the superheroes. Do we have a name for, like, the supervillain prison?
Oh,
Shit, no.
I mean, I suppose specifically, Great Grand City would have its own prison.
Yeah,
But if
so the
there's, like,
Great
a-
Grand City, Great Grand Supervillain
Great
penitentiary.
Great Grand Prison.
Yeah, Great Grand City's Great
but,
Grand.
like, if they're trying to put him in a big prison, there might be, like, a
Yeah.
base or something that CCWP has.
Yeah, they probably do.
Great Grand City's Great Grand Prison.
Great Grand City's Great Grand Supervillain
I want to call it the
penitentiary.
Locker.
Ooh.
The Locker. That is fantastic. Yes, there's a supervillain prison called the Locker. We get a shot of Nuclear Centurion being thrown into the cell next to Viscera,
Ooh.
being locked away.
Oh, when did Viscera get captured? What?
We get Viscera was captured before Delinquent Heroes began.
I just don't like the mention of Viscera. Like, just knowing what her powers are, just...
Ugh, yeah.
Several rows down in the Locker, we see a very shaken Sledgehammer. And we get a flashback of Patero flying up into the air, almost breaching the atmosphere as Sledgehammer is just, like, contemplating his imminent demise. And there is a sound of an engine, and Chromatron rockets up, and the voice of a young girl, highly altered through a machine, is like, I'm sorry, we can't let you just, like, throw a man into the sun. He's gonna, like, face trial. We're not about murder. Here, Birdie, and just gently takes him away, and he gets thrown in prison for attempted child murder.
Nice.
Patero keeps flying into the sun anyway because he needs to recharge.
The bird just is like, all right, I don't care. Chromatron waves and is like, bye, have fun, weird sun creature.
There's a really cool shot of Patero like flying into the sun and fading into it.
We get a shot of Future Man talking to Census and Blood Moon, explaining what happened, and we cut back to you guys. You are on the roof with Sledgehammer.
Apollo turns to Tiago and is just like, earlier you mentioned something and I don't think you remembered to go through with it. You mentioned a kiss.
Tiago turns bright red. And the visor is definitely off now, so the mismatched eyes are kind of like, okay.
She holds out her cheek for a kiss.
And then it's just like a breath, and then just kisses her cheek gently, and it's like bright red, and he goes, "Can I keep the sledgehammer?"
No, I'm keeping it. I'm the one who knocked it out of his hands.
You have a cool katana!
You got to kiss Apollo!
You're 14! You're not gonna kiss Apollo! No! You're 14! No!
You can kiss me as too if you want, Kosuke.
No, I think I want the sledgehammer.
No! I want to rush towards the sledgehammer and try to beat Kosuke to it. I want that sledgehammer.
I'm gonna keep the sledgehammer.
I want the sledgehammer.
Directly engage a threat, you guys.
I think, the scene fades out on them fighting over the sledgehammer.
By the way, 2 things.
Oh, yeah.
1, you realize that by kidnapping Jean,
We still have Christine.
we ended up actually keeping him safe from the fight.
Yeah.
And 2, yes, we still have Christine Tucker. Also, we still have Bad Bass down in our basement as well.
Yes. The next scene is probably you guys going downstairs at Bad Bass being like, what did I miss, you guys? I stayed here and guarded the prisoner.
Also, I'd like to say that we negotiated Meltdown can have the sledgehammer because Dark Nega King has the wallet.
Exactly, there we go. I wanted that sledgehammer because... So, I'm putting that in my inventory. I have a sledgehammer now.
Yeah.
You have a sledgehammer now.
Kosuke couldn't even drag it off the roof, so at that point...
Yes. I wanted that sledgehammer so badly.
The next day, do you try and make another broadcast?
This time we're filming it, we're not broadcasting it.
Yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately, a lot of the satellite, a lot of the TV station was taken out in the superhero battle.
We're putting it on his speech bubble.
Oh yes,
because we have his phone.
We take it on his phone. Yes.
Yeah. So you hijack his speech bubble account, and you let everyone know.
There's like 20 tweets of us just kind of spamming his chat with other things.
And then we end up giving him the phone back, and he just kind of like chats about what it's like to be to be actually abducted.
Yeah.
He's just like, I got some words from my director. Totally not like the movie. Next time when we go through this again, I'm gonna.
Yeah, he's like, there's a lot of glad-handing towards you guys for some reason. He's like, I'd just like to thank the brightly colored youths for opening my eyes to what a real damsel in distress experience is like. I'm going to be able to carry this into my next acting role and performance.
Tiago is so furiously going through their phone and like just following the speech bubbles.
That night, when the full moon rises,
and all the fireworks go off because it is the anniversary of CCWP.
It is the anniversary of CCWP. A strange mist fills the town, and the buildings that were destroyed began to rebuild themselves. In the mist, we see a long, stretched out humanoid body with like two long limbs, who has like a cape made out of mist and these big antlers, who is just outstretching these claws and slowly rebuilding the city. We see Future Man, patting people on the back and their wounds closing up, and him just smiling at people and just shaking a lot of hands. Blood Moon is talking to the police very sternly. In the background, you see Phoenix just sitting on a curb with ice cream, frustrated that they didn't get to take part in the big cool action today. And the next day, the newspaper comes out, and the front line says, CCWP on anniversary triumphs over Nuclear Centurion saves city.
Yeah.
Fucking...
In the story, there is a quote from Future Man who says we couldn't have done it without some very brave volunteers of some young teens in the city who really helped CCWP pull out the win and thinks that they deserve a large portion of credit.
Does he say the names?
On like the entertainment page, is there anything on the entertainment page?
On page 17 of the newspaper, there is a small blurb that reads, "Brightly colored youths kidnap waylay actor."
I feel like Tiago cuts that, rips out that part of the newspaper and crumples the rest and throws it into a fire and then goes, "We got something!" and holds it up.
No, yeah, Kosuke's already cut it out and
Yeah, no, and Tiago literally crumpled up the rest of it and threw it in the fire. He's furious.
We should start a scrapbook.
You know
We
what?
should start a scrapbook, you guys!
Apollo just said that.
I was agreeing with Apollo!
You could have said, yeah, that's a great idea.
No, you know what? That's perfect. My Insta camera works amazing with my outfit. I'll take all the photos.
Of course, yeah. Too shaky. Plus, and
Kosuke does pull out one of those tiny print cameras where they instantly print out the film, and it's bright green.
Yes.
The final shot is all of the brightly colored youths standing next to each other. Bad Bass is also there, but he is wearing a very itchy sweater made by Kosuke's grandma. And they are all standing in front of a cutout saying "Brightly colored youths kidnap waylay actor," and a medal sent from the city at Future Man's insistence.
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!